Well, hi guys. Welcome back to the Brazilian Expat, and welcome to my business, my hotel, my home here in the city of Paracuru in the northeastern part of Brazil. Now, if you haven't watched my latest video, maybe you'd like to check that out. I'll leave a card right up here. It's basically just a recap, of everything going on, of me trying to get back to Brazil, especially under these pandemic times, and all the entire deal that I had to go through to even get there. But anyways, if you want to check that out before you watch this movie, so you're kind of up to speed on what's been going on in my life this last couple of weeks. But anyways, we're now here in I actually finally made it home. We're here in Paracuru, the city of Paracuru. And I'm just gonna give you a little recap of what's been going on. In my previous video, I actually told you that, I actually mentioned that I wanted to give you like a tour around my hotel and show you around, give you an introduction of my business. However, we have been doing a lot of renovations to the hotel, and obviously here in Brazil things just take a little bit longer than expected, which is absolutely normal. We were actually hoping to open our doors, to the hotel this today, which was the expected end of the lockdown here in Brazil. However, they now prolonged that until the 4th, April 4th. Which is completely understandable. And during the lockdown, of course, we're not allowed to receive any guests. We can actually receive guests, but the problem is that they're not letting anybody in into the cities. The government has actually done everything they can just to restrict travel between the cities. The government basically wants you just to stay indoors and not go outside at all. And I explained all of this in my previous video as well. During the lockdown, all essential businesses, they may remain open, but non-essential businesses, they all need to be closed. So there's no, you go outside here, all the restaurants, all the bars, all the shops, all stores, everything is closed. It's just like the basic essential businesses, such as, hospitals, pharmacies, all that stuff that are currently, open. But anyways, so I was going to give you like an introduction of my business and everything, but since there's still quite a lot of work to be done, we're getting there. It's we're closer to the end now, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. However, I really wanted to give you a proper introduction when everything is 100%, when everything is finished, so you can get at least more or less a good impression of of my business here. But anyways, I just like to give a short recap of what's actually been going on, this last week. So my previous video was in the big city of Fortaleza, the capital of the state of Ceará, where we're actually located. And that is where I usually go in the weekends, just to get all my materials, for the renovations, just because, during the lockdown, everybody's renovating, everybody's doing home improvements, so just getting a hold of materials, just like ceramic tiles or paint or cement and everything, it's like they're just out of stock everywhere, and it's crazy because everybody's doing renovations at home, it seems, and it's completely understandable. What can you actually do? Just spending your entire day at home, days on end. Of course, you go crazy. So people are like just thinking, okay, maybe it's time to paint the house now. Maybe it's time to fix that water leak that's been going on for the last couple of months. So basically that's why I usually go into the big city, and not only just to because they have more variety there, there's more options of materials, but it's also a lot cheaper, in the big cities. That's where, usually they have their big warehouses, and it's usually like up to 15, 30% cheaper. And of course, like a big renovation like this, it actually saves quite a lot of money. So usually I spend my weekends in the big city, and I come here Monday to Friday. And it's also good to get away, sometimes just for, just a change of scenery is good, because days on end on lockdown, you kind of go nuts after a while. So let's talk a little bit of this lockdown and what's been going on. It's this lockdown has been actually. It all started, just a couple of days after I arrived here in Brazil. So it's basically ever since I set foot on Brazilian soil, we've been on lockdown. And usually the lockdown is announced for a week, and then, at the end of the lockdown, they just prolonged it, another week of lockdown, another week of lockdown. It was set to end, yesterday. However, that was supposed to be the last day of lockdown. However, now they actually extended it just over the weekend, over Easter. And I completely understand that, why the government would do that. It's just because of Easter is usually a very busy time for us, just because it's like it's a time where especially everybody in the big cities, they just want to get out of the big cities. They want to come to these nice, small, quiet towns here. We have beautiful scenery right outside our doorstep here, massive sand dunes. The beaches are really nice. We have some nice lagoons. And it's also like it's a small town, which is relatively quiet. And it's just nice, a nice change of scenery. People just like to come here, relax, and just unwind, for the weekend. And especially Easter, it's like it's a very busy time, and it's a big source of revenue for us normally. Obviously, now it's just a major loss of revenue, but this was, of course, totally expected, and of course I would actually be surprised if they actually let people travel during the holidays, during the Easter, and that's what happened. So, but this lockdown is a little bit different because now they really clamped down. This time it's become extremely strict. Basically, everything is shut down. This time they even shut down the pharmacies, so now you actually need to call the pharmacy and get it, medicines or whatever delivered to your door. And even going to the beach, they put up patrol cars now, big 4x4s that drive along the beach. And if you're got, I can't even go surfing, I can't even go kite surfing. And also the reason for that is because Brazilians, they love the beach, so they come here, they take their pickup trucks or 4x4s, go out on the beach, and just spend their day on the beach, and they really just don't want people to have social contact. They just basically they want people just to stay at home with their families. That's it. So that's basically what's been going on. And it's supposed to be the last day of this lockdown is set to be on the 4th now, I wouldn't be surprised come the 5th and they're going to extend the lockdown again. But, we really need to plan for, the end of lockdown. So our initial plan right now is just to finish these renovations, just to get everything done that's been going on in the hotel at the moment, and our initial plan is to open the doors on the 8th, I think. That is next week. So by the weekend next week, we already have a few reservations, and hopefully we can start receiving guests again. Because we're starting to run out of money. I've got just the last. I can probably survive until May, and then that's it. That's the end of that's the end. There's no more money in the account. That's it. All the reserves, everything is gone. However, I do have my private account, my private savings. I can survive on that for another 3-4 months maybe, but that's gonna be like the absolute limit if this just keeps dragging on, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. It just then I will probably just have to close and just send everybody home. I do have a staff of 4 that I'm paying full salary. That will be my emergency plan if everything just doesn't work out. But I'm trying to stay optimistic, and I think, they're gonna lift this lockdown because people are getting fed up, especially here in Brazil. They are starting slowly. Small protests are, happening around the country, and I think the patience is really stretched very thin now between the Brazilians, and I don't think they can keep this up for a very long time. They recently had a survey here in the state of Ceará, and they said that only 20% actually support the lockdown. That means 80% are totally against the lockdown. People want to go back to work. People want to open the businesses. The government, they're not helping out. They're not giving out a single cent, in aid to anybody. So it's completely understandable that people are just, really fed up now because people are just losing money. The government isn't doing anything to help financially, so it's completely understandable. And even for myself, I'm gonna start come next month. I need to start paying salaries and expenses, everything out of my own pocket, which I really don't want to do because this is money that I want to spend, elsewhere. But anyways, that is the reality. So until the 4th, they set up like checkpoints, and there's just like one main road coming into this town, and so it's quite easy for the government just to control, especially the influx of tourists and whatever into the city of Paracuru, because there's just one main road coming in here. And basically now this weekend they announced that they're going to be controlling everybody. Everybody is going to be stopped, and everybody's going to be checked for documents. So if you don't have an address here, if you don't have a business here, or if you're not like a medical profession or if you don't have just a solid reason, a solid excuse to come into this town, they're not going to let you in. They're going to send you straight back to wherever you came from. And of course, my initial plan was again to spend the weekend in Fortaleza, but this weekend, this holiday, they really clamped down on this lockdown, and they're not letting anybody travel between cities. So so that's why I'm here. I'm here all by myself at the hotel. Obviously, even if we could receive guests and we have reservations, it wouldn't matter because all of our guests, they would be stopped coming into the town of Paracuru, and they would be sent straight back. So what we actually did, we had a few reservations for this weekend, and we just canceled everything. We gave everybody a refund. Obviously, we didn't really need to give a refund just because it's one of those situations which is out of our control, and so we're not obligated to give a refund. But that's kind of my way of doing business. I do believe that, especially because all of these guests were locals, around from Fortaleza, the big cities, and elsewhere. And I figured it's better for me just to give them a refund and, just to show them that, okay, I don't run the business that way, that I'm going to take your money regardless, depending on the laws. There's a lot of hotels, a lot of businesses that do that. They will not give you a refund. They will only let you, rebook your day, your stay for different dates. However, I want to do things differently just because I think that way it will give me an advantage that they will probably rebook, and they will probably come back at a later date. That's what I'm hoping anyways. That's my point of it. Of course, it doesn't help me out financially. It really destroys my financial situation, but I'm hoping just for the long run that that is going to be the best solution, you know, the best strategy. So basically this weekend, everybody's home, my whole staff, they're all at home, everything's closed, they're all spending Easter at home with their families, and I'm here by myself, you know, just trying to figure out how to spend my days. So I figured, well, I'm gonna put out a video anyways and just give you a small recap of what's going on. So basically that's it. And like I told you, the plan is now to reopen on the 8th, I believe, and hopefully we will get everything sorted by then. And come next week, if everything is finished, I'd like to upload another video, give you a solid introduction around the hotel, show you everything, how I live my day-to-day here, and you know, how it is to have a business here in Brazil. So we'll see. So basically that's it. I hope you enjoyed this short recap, this short video. And I'd just like to wish you all a very happy Easter. Please be safe, guys, and keep your distance, take care of yourselves, your family, and also it will really help me out as this channel is growing. I'm completely new. If you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. At least give me a solid, do me a solid and hit the like button, and it really helps me out, guys. Thank you, and until next time, take care, and yeah, that's it. Bye bye. Tchau, tchau. Até mais braço. Tchau.